Success obviously is, making sure the customer is getting their definition of success. Customer education tells them how to get their definition of success. Hello, I'm Richard Benavides. I've been in customer success for about 9 years. You have to put effort in to be able to get your customer to engage in content that is going to help them be able to accomplish their goals. It's important to remember the WIFM. For those of you who haven't heard of that, it's the what's in it for me. Now, not for you, but for your customer, right? You could do a couple of things to address the WIFM, right? First of all, tie this to their team and company goals, right? And their specific goals. It's kind of a if this, then that, right? If you do this, if you go through this content, you will be able to accomplish that goal. Make it an experience that they can be proud of. Make it something that they can personally take ownership of. And that's a really good way of doing this, specifically for those that do want to have that sort of thing. They could flaunt on social media, right, on LinkedIn, to be able to say, hey, I'm now a certified user of X software. Even tell them, hey, even down the road, you, not just you customer, but you specifically the user, if you down the road want to use this skill, you can use it as well. Also make that a part of your flow, right? Specific content available at that moment is also a very powerful way of getting the customer to engage with the content. People learn by hearing, by seeing, by understanding, by doing, and by teaching, right? So the simple way to address different communication and learning styles is to address each one of those in turn. Certain people just do really well with stuff they hear. They're the ones that will listen to an audiobook and suddenly be an expert in something. You have those that will learn just by seeing, right? They can recite to you episode 14 of season 6 of some random show, right? Some people need to do, and so you should have some interactive content, some interactive opportunities in your training. There are those who, once you give them a quiz, a test, something that lets them be able to convey their knowledge, it sticks with them forever. And then teaching, right? Making it to where your customers are able to train other customers to become the expert within their company is a huge thing, because everyone wants to feel that way, wants to be that person that others come to for information. Accessibility is so important as well. You realize this is a very underserved group, but you also realize that that's also a very easy, quick win if you just take the extra time to support those customers. Keep in mind the neurodivergent, right? Create bite-sized content, right? Don't expect people to sit through your 10 or 15-minute video. It just doesn't happen for some people. I myself am ADHD. I can sit with the most, with the intention of sitting through your 15-30-minute thing, and I could have already lost focus 4 or 5 minutes in. And you can lean into that by making bite-sized content that then naturally flows into itself. Some ways that you can make your content accessible are screen readers, right, which tell visually impaired users what is going on the screen. Also, closed captioning is really important, and I actually specifically would recommend not just going with the automatic captions. So I myself have to use captions, and there are times where you'll completely miss out on something because the captions are not correct. So you can actually go into an SRT or a VTT file and edit those and make sure that they're saying the right words at the right time. Speakers of other languages have been neglected for so long that you give them almost anything and they're like, this is amazing. And it's like, you realize, like, wow, this really is an underserved group. In my opinion, the best thing you can do is provide content in those other languages. Now, that's not an easy thing. It's gotten a lot easier, right? And it's gotten a lot better than it was, right? You can use some fairly reasonable tools to be able to do that. And to give them content in their native language, and you'll have, raving fans just from being one of the few companies to actually do that. There's definitely some overlap between product marketing and support materials and customer education, especially early on in a company's life cycle. So support materials are like general to every customer, right? You can put them on the help center and just, let people go off on them, right? Customer education builds on that foundation. Customer education says, okay, cool. Now you know what and you know how. Here's how you would use that for your specific situation. It's different, of course, than product marketing. Product marketing is more, hey, we have this new feature, but that is more designed to highlight the product and not necessarily where it fits in the customer's cycle. I think the two can learn from each other. I think you can actually use a lot of the content from customer education in product marketing, right? Definitely linking to that content is huge. But product marketing is always going to be more of your high level, to the point, having some flash type stuff, whereas your customer education is going to be, okay, let's get down to the nitty gritty. Here's what you're actually wanting to accomplish, and here's how to do that. The overarching theme is being engaging. If you can show the ability to be engaging with your audience, you're going to do well in customer education. Well, the ability to teach is a huge one. Create curriculum, to create lesson plans, stuff like that. That stuff is powerful. It translates over to customer education. To write effective, engaging content is huge. And also creating visually appealing and clear content, right? The power of a good infographic or a good video, right? Also very powerful tools in the tool belt. Create the thing that you think is going to help your customers, share it with your team and see if it can help other customers. And don't be afraid of customer education. Put it in your toolbox. Down the road, that may help you get a customer education type role. Down the road, that may help you get a role where you're at a smaller company and you need to cover multiple bases. But it's always going to help your customer. And that, first and foremost, is why we're here.